Yo, check, check. Let me just see if the audio is working here. It is working. Alright, so good morning. This is actually quite heartbreaking. I debated about this, but okay. As you know, you may have been following the storyline, but most people aren't. Um, the thing is that people that are entitled, they don't want to see people like myself, people like Nolan Farrell, people like Alexa Cruz. There's other people, but we're gonna address those two issues today, and more people like Cesar, right? Yeah, there's certain people that they've gotten used to, that they've seen every day on TV screen, that they've invited into their home and made them part of their family, and those are the pretty people. Those are people on TV, and we're gonna see how this is used to create a circle of our eternal suffering. This Hollywood stuff is, let me just expose all of it. So here we see Nolan Farrell, and here's me showing the email for Rough Riders to the rescue, and also this is, another event that I had suggest that he could possibly go to try to get people to, once again, the leadership, right, in these organizations, again and again, sell us out. Again and again and again. But the thing is that, the people who go to these events, they are actually sympathetic to the cause. When they hear about this event, they want to support it. But the leadership needs to keep their own fiefdom together. So we are actually cornered out. So let's take a look, right? I told him that he could go to this event. He didn't end up going. I also said the rep my block, right? Now the thing is that I said I got an email from Legal Aid Society. They said they are now represented by Innocence Project. Are they actually helping you? She didn't say anything about Harold Ferguson. I really want to speak to the guy to get more testimony. I'll tell you FOIA, that's Freedom of Information Act, the deposition that was given by Castellano. They are lying to you. By the way, Legal Aid Society is not representing me. Okay. Alexa Cruz over here, right? She wasn't invited to the meeting. They asked who she was with, right? Yeah. They're being cornered out, right? Yeah. People that, when they find someone who's effective, they need to shut that whole thing down. That's why an activist like myself, right, must be suppressed. They cannot talk about someone like myself. They need me to align with. If I want to get any money or support, right? Yeah. It's not. People say, "Oh, well, someone's going to take care of him." Guess what? You know who that someone is? It's someone who's rich, someone who wants to decide. Right? It's someone on the other side who wants to make sure that they win. They're the someone who's going to get involved. They have the most to lose. If you just trust someone to take care of it, that's the end result. And as someone who ran away from home at the age of 16 and went into social CPS, and they sent me right back into the home, and I ended up leaving again. I know how inefficient these kinds of solutions are. But, okay, Twyla Carter, who's probably, her last job was paying $200,000 a year, and now she's probably making $300,000 to $400,000. Everything for her is fine. And, whether there's certain people that cannot be held accountable. So, she's not a bad looking lady, you know what I mean? And it's someone like her, right, that can capture someone's interest, that can, speak in a empathetic sounding way, that can really allow us to go on unaddressed, and allow us to, one thing that I do know is that, a lot of women, they make a decision to, and I don't want to sound misogynistic, but, it's a reality of what poor men go through. And the fact of the matter is that women, right, they might talk socialism, but in their real personal lives, they're going to choose the winner, and they're going to choose the losers. And, you talk a great game, but when it comes to actual, there's no explanation about where the money from the real estate is coming from, or where the What about Harold Ferguson or the lack of response? There's no discussion about that whatsoever in the response here, right? Yeah. The original email talks about, right? Yeah. Why did I send? I said I'm trying to reach. Also, this guy was incarcerated for 32 years. There's just no mention about Reverend Keith Gadsden at all. She watched the videos though. There's no addressment of the problematic sponsorships coming from the real estate industry and how that impacts, right? And I don't see really so much here about anything going on with public housing. I see criminal justice stuff. I see men's shelter, which is nice. Look, I don't have much more to say. I know there's people would rather watch fiction. They would rather watch fiction than actually, pay attention to what's going on in real life. And that's why I had to leave the Yellow Brick Road Discord. There was just too much, focus on fiction and using that as a basis to, understand the world. A fiction that's promoted by, people that got rid of the texts that were actually, more subversive. Koreans, if you look at Chinese people, they have a long history of Confucianism or Zen, follow the rules or deal with it. And I've seen that mentality before. But you're not going to learn from me, because the value of Asian thought is completely disregarded in the West. And if we take a look at communism, who lives more communally, Asian people or Western people? But they don't want to learn about communism from us. So y'all get the activists y'all deserve. Now we take a look over here at I got Corey P sending me stuff about people getting assaulted, assaulting his family and stuff like that. And I feel for you, Corey. I'm gonna send this to you too, man. The fact of the matter is that I've been fighting for 3 years, and you can see that I'm not really getting funded or supported. I did actually get, just want to shout out, I don't want to say the names, but I did get actually one $500 thing this last month. That's the most I've really received. Did I really get anything else for it? Just specifically my activism? My co-host helped me with 100 for helping out with some work that she had for me, and really, Rev Keith helped me find a job. Doing being an extra in a movie. And I got $50 once after doing the fourth vote, and that's the entirety of all the donations I've received. And if anybody's doing anything else, go ahead and tell me. Meanwhile, Savvy Sabs, Revolutionary Blackout, right? They be getting thousands and thousands of dollars, and they get access because they look and sound like activists. They're black, right? You see here, Damon Dior, when he wants to go at Cornel West, he says, Revolutionary Blackout said. I was there in the meeting with the elected leaders from UPA. I was going to People's Party meetings. They don't want to talk about Regina Clark, and they only mentioned her once, right? Yeah, she's still a safety. We want to talk about Renee Johnson. The elites pick and choose who gets to be an activist and who doesn't. And the more what has Renee Johnson done? She hasn't done anything. She's safe. That's why they're pushing her and not me. They want to control this whole space. But by making nonviolent protest, that's what JFK said, right? Yeah. Nonviolent protest. Was untenable. Okay, and we can see right here that JFK said those who make peaceful revolution impossible will make violent revolution inevitable. Now, the fact of the matter is that RFK is trying to run on this particular idea as well, but let's be real, is he helping us with our issues? This is ridiculous. Now, the fact of the matter is that John F. K. is also known for possibly working with, Malcolm X accused JFK of working with other, groups that were keeping the black man in his place, so to speak. You get the activists that you deserve. People are not investing in real activists. They're investing in the fakes. Sorry to say, yeah. Fakes and the casuals. Get thousands of dollars because they must be supported to delegitimize honest players like myself that's actually helping people. I know this is not easy to watch. I make some good videos too. Much better than many of the other much other content that's out there with just talking heads, just pontificating about this and that, doing very little action on the ground, if any, probably not at all. They might show up at an event that someone else organized and be like, hey, everything looks great. It's not. Well, Corey, man, I know you want me to help you, man. How am I supposed to help you, man? How are you treating the help? Are you going to help me back later? I can't count on that. You paying me less than minimum wage. Meanwhile, the other side's getting rich as hell. You shouldn't trust me. You should fight for yourself, I guess, yeah. They could buy me out. I could turn on you. It's possible. And we can never work together to throw off the chains of our oppressors then. Right?